So my name is Eduardo. I'm from the south of Italy, and I born in a very populated city, which is Naples. So full of people, full of buildings, and I always wanted to find my way to work in a place outside of the city. So I started to getting interested into the agricultural sector as a way to escape the gray buildings of the city, but also as a way to bring innovation into the life of people. I grew up with the idea, this was my idea when I was a kid, that the food industry was actually working for us, for our health, for our well-being. And then I found out growing up that that was not the case. And when I found out that was not the case, then I needed to find my own alternative to what was the main narrative about food. An alternative which is not about, for profit, but is for health. Health of the people, health of the environment, health of our own farmers. And that's why I started to dig into organic farming. I had the chance, I was very lucky, to meet organic professors at my high school. I studied agricultural high school, and I could get to know organic when I was 16. So somehow I was 16, I was looking for a revolution, and I found in organic farming my own revolution.
So from the age of 16 you started to get into organic farming and food and get passionate by this.
Yeah, I had my first organic class when I was 16 and 17 during my 4th and 5th grade of high school. And actually I never managed to get my final diploma because I was always skipping lessons on Saturday, and was not enough the number of days I attended the class to give me the diploma for organic farming. But right after, I started my own study in organic farming, and I continued until now. I mean, I'm still studying every day and learning every day from our community. Organic is special because you move from a concept of inputs. You have a problem and you have to find the solution via an input. That's what what people working in agriculture has been told for many years now. If we have whatever problem we have in agriculture, then we have to find the right input to solve the problem. Organic farming is a completely different approach. Organic farming is about knowledge. We don't look for inputs, but we look to understand more about how our agricultural, I like to call it our agricultural organism, how the body of our agriculture works. So the more we get to know it, the better we will be able to farm. So I always repeat that it's a very knowledge-intensive production method, while the conventional farming is more input-intensive production method.
Okay. So biodistricts, how did you get into more specifically into the topic of biodistricts?
In 2004, together with some folks of my region, we had this idea to start discussing about territorial approaches for organic farming development. We were working in the area of Cilento as advisors for some farms, and in discussion with the regional authority and the local authorities. And then slowly it came up this idea to develop an organic district. I had the chance to accompany this process for a few years. Then the colleagues continued that. I left it because I moved to Brussels, so it was difficult to keep following the process on the ground. And what happened in Cilento was like a spark, a spark of an idea to really think a different way of promoting organic farming, not just, bringing product on the market, whatever, trying to, make e-commerce. No, the idea was, okay, how do we use organic farming as an engine, as a powerful tool that can move forward, not just the economy of few organic farms, but the economy of a broader group of actors in a given territory. That's how the first biodistrict in Cilento started.
And so, can you tell me what is a biodistrict? How do you describe it? What are the main characteristics of a biodistrict?
A biodistrict, in my personal opinion, is a kind of a deal. It's a pact, I don't know if that would be the right word in English. It's a pact between different people who agree on a common objective. So it's Biodistrict is not about agriculture, it's not about economy, it's not about social aspect. It's about all of this together. You know, it's about bringing people that probably have been living in the same territory for all their life but never talked to each other or never worked together. So it's really about people. It's really about making people working together. A biodistrict is a pact between farmers, local authorities, so mayors, municipality, very often the touristic sector, so what is called the horeca, so the hotellery, the restaurant, the catering. But for example, in the case of the Biodistrict Cilento, also about the beach establishment, people managing beaches. It's also about natural parks. Many of the biodistrict, at least the first one who started 20 years ago, have born inside or around natural parks. Natural parks that often are seen as a burden for farmers and for the community because they put a lot of rules. And actually, via the biodistrict, via this talking, discussing, working together with people, even this what was before a burden becomes an opportunity. So I would say biodistrict, first of all, it's really about people working together. Then when people work together, they can achieve many different things. And what we achieve with biodistrict is it's really a push towards a more territorial approach for the development of economies. We see that biodistrict can help the farmers, indeed, to sell more organic products, but also can help the community to eat more organic products from the place, or even can help, the tourism, because we can create new or different touristic attractions. It's also a way to bring people from the more dense touristic populated area to the less dense touristic populated area. So it's also an opportunity for those who are visiting this territory to learn more about the territory they are visiting. For example, moving people from the coast. I mean, during summertime, especially south of Italy, the people wants to be on the coast. But actually only a few kilometers in the inner side, then you find very beautiful farms and very beautiful experiences that you can have. And biodistrict also add to that. I remember in Cilento, I think was around 2007, 2008. I might be mistaken with the exact date, but there was a project that was about the bio beaches, bringing people from the beaches to the countryside, moving with horses, with buses, whatever, but really giving the opportunity from people that was on the coast to visit the inner part of Cilento. And this was a really interesting experience, both for the people of the biodistrict and for the tourists visiting it.
You mentioned the fact that it is in its essence a pact. What is the object of the pact? What is the nature of the pact?
Well, I could give you multiple answers about the nature of the pact for biodistrict, but I think the most important one is to take care of each other. It's a pact you want to take care of each other. You want to take care of your territory, of the health of your territory, of the economies of your territory, and of the health of the people in those territory. So that's indeed a very important issue. And then it's a pact about making economies. Also, let me say, making money, making business out of it. So making sure that what we do is profitable and helps everyone to have a good living wage. And it's also about the right to stay. It's a pact about the right to stay as well. The right to stay in the land, in the territory where you have born and where you want to develop your business. And it's getting more and more difficult for people to stay in the rural areas, and biodistrict are offering this opportunity.
Okay, I have a question after on the topic, so we can develop more. But before, still on the definition, is there some legal definition of the biodistrict beyond the principle that you described?
Biodistricts are born about 20 years ago, and they born from bottom-up initiative, and there was no legal definition of it. Still, in some places there is no legal definition. But what is happening now is that there are more and more authorities making a legal definition of it. And it's somehow important because if you define what a biodistrict is, means that you could support biodistrict. So we should always think about the two sides. Defining something legally can be a threat because then you put, a cage around something that could develop in many different ways. But can also be an advantage because then you recognize some things that can be supported. That's the case, for example, in Italy, where the government in 2024 financed, they had a budget of about 12 million euros to finance the further development of biodistrict. And indeed, to give money to biodistrict, they needed to define what a biodistrict is. And this was done on a regional base. So each region in Italy has to evaluate the different biodistrict they had in the region and to assess whether they were a biodistrict or not. So if I should answer the question, is there a legal definition of biodistrict? I would say yes, there is a legal definition of biodistrict. Actually, there are many definitions of biodistrict, at least in Italy, where each region has done it. Then from an organic point of view, there are many ideas about what a biodistrict should be. And there are development of different private standards as well about that, who wants to help to frame the biodistrict in a proper way. This is very different in the different countries of the EU. It's even different in a country extra EU. There are organizations who are trying to harmonize in an international level, and we are working with them. But yes, I think it's important to understand that it's very different. I would like to stress the importance that biodistrict is not one approach. If we go to 10 biodistricts, you will find 10 different ways of making a biodistrict and developing a biodistrict. It's very tailor-made bottom-up approach. Each of them is different. Each of them will focus on the specificity of their territories, on the problem their farmers are facing, on the problem their municipality are facing, on the issue the citizen of that territory wants to develop. So that's why it's not so easy to make one fit-all definition.
How many biodistricts exist and where are they situated?
I think we have the most recent data about biodistrict tell us that we have about 200 biodistricts between Europe and the Mediterranean area, and many more all around the world. As I said, the biodistrict concept really, I think, has born in the south of Italy, but actually had many brothers and sisters all over the world. And then year after year, these brothers and sisters managed to talk to each other, and now they are part of a bigger community. And they call themselves biodistrict or ecoregions or in many other ways, but they share all the same approach. Italy was the first country pushing for the development of biodistrict. I think only in Italy we have about 40 biodistricts now, which are recognized officially by the Italian government. Then we have about 7, 8 in Portugal, in Spain, we have 5 in Tunisia, we have more developing in Germany, in Sweden, and so on. So it's really something that is taking speed in Europe, especially after the European Commission has also recognized the important role they play in revitalizing the rural areas, and has pushed member states to support the development of biodistricts. So you find biodistrict in many official documents of the EU, the European Organic Action Plan, but also the European Vision for the Revitalization of the Rural Areas, and so on. So they are now part of the European, European program, the European project. So that's why we will see more and more biodistrict going on. And I have to say there is also a very lively community of biodistrict in the southeast of Asia, where they use the biodistrict as a concept really for human development. There's a very nice approach in Philippines where biodistrict help people to get out of wars. Created a condition for people to have a job in the countryside and not to be employed into any kind of a mercenary war that was at the time going on in the country.
So you described the strength of the biodistrict, the qualities they have. Can you identify some weaknesses or some difficulties or obstacles they are often meeting in their development?
If I have to think about weaknesses of the biodistrict, I would say I would start from the strength and then mirror it as a weakness as well. I think biodistricts are about people, and it's great, but it's also, very difficult to put people around the table and making sure that they agree on something. So it's a process that takes long time. It's not, something that you can switch on and off. It's about people. So people can do great things, but they need long time, and this can be a weakness sometimes because, you might run into a personal issue or, relation issue and so on. Biodistrict is not one size fits all. It's tailor-made. That's its strength, but it can be seen as a weakness because then you can go all over the places with that, and you might lose focus on what you really want to achieve. And then there are also, sometimes, let's say, weaknesses in the implementation. I mean, maybe you have the people who are great, you have the right focus, but you don't have the resources to do that. And many biodistricts started as a voluntary job. There is no business model linked to the management of a biodistrict. This might be a weakness. Now some countries are pushing, from a policy perspective, policy support to help the biodistrict also to structure from a management point of view. But it was not the case in the past, and is not always the case till now. And this is a big weakness because you really need, a good coordination. You need someone that helps to develop then a concrete strategy to reach the goal that biodistrict wants to reach.
Patience, diplomacy, and keeping focus on the long term. Biodistricts are based on organic farming. It's very much at the core of the idea. And so what is, the connection between the fact of farming without pesticides and all the features that are developed by biodistrict? You tell us that it's making the territory stronger, developing some aspects in tourism, or making also the market for organic farming better economically on the spot. So how do you see this? What is for you this? How are connected this fact of farming without pesticides and all the features that are developed by biodistricts?
The term biodistrict starts with bio, life, and also starts with bio because bio is the suffix in Italian for organic. So, if we should have translated from day zero biodistrict, it would have been organic district. Bio. It's in Italian, bio, organic. And this starts with bio, starts with organic because organic wanted to really, first of all, be the leading agent of change in territories. So it's a responsibility also of the organic movement to say we want to make a change. Yeah? And that's why they started the process of a biodistrict. Many places all over the world, the biodistrict are started by organic farming because organic farmers are agent of change. Yeah, with or without pesticide, they are agent of change, and they are without pesticide. They are without pesticide because they decided to respect their own health, the health of the people around them, and the health of the planet. And that's a very clear and powerful messages because they put, the protection of health and ecosystem at the forefront of their business model. And also the forefront of this changing agent they want to be. Farming without pesticide is a big responsibility. It's a big responsibility for a farmer. If you don't have input, you cannot react. If you don't have pesticide, you cannot react. If you have a problem, you will lose your harvest. That's not like in any kind of conventional system in which you have the problem, then you go to the shop, you buy the right pesticide, and you somehow solve the problem. So it's a big responsibility. So farmers who are, farming without pesticide, I think they are really brave. They are really brave. They are doing that because they are convinced that there is another way of doing the things. And they farm without pesticide, and they protect the water they have under the ground. They protect the biodiversity of their landscape. And they do believe, that all these aspects, biodiversity, climate protection, water protection, they have a bigger value than just saving the harvest. But what is very interesting is that, in the last 35 years of development of organic, at least, if we want to think about the regulated organic farming system, so the one under the EU regulation, in the last 35 years, organic farming has been innovating the way they farm a lot. We are the forefront, the pioneer of innovation. We are the one who invented biocontrol. We are the one who invented, natural substances to protect plants. We are the one who invented, antagonist insect to balance the parasites in our farms. So I think it's important to underline that organic farmers are the leading force in starting a biodistrict, because they believe they are an agent of change, and they believe they are an agent of change in the society as well as in the farm that they decided to run without pesticide.
And you think that this principle and this principle of action sort of permeates towards everyone involved in the biodistrict, because it's not only farmers that are involved in the biodistrict.
I do believe organic is something that has a very powerful narrative. And once you manage to talk to people and explain what you do, then they understand much more. So what's happening in the biodistrict, that's organic farms start to explain and to be more vocal and verbal about what they do and how they preserve the area they are living in. And that helps in that process of discussing to each other and find a common objective. And it's a powerful message to say, I decided to take a bigger risk to farm without pesticide, without external input, to protect the territory I'm in. I mean, that's a crucial issue, It's not about protecting myself. I'm taking a bigger risk to protect my community. And I think this is a very good bargaining issue, where farmers brings into the biodistrict. They are willing to make, to take a bigger risk in exchange of protecting the community. And what they do then, they try to bring the community together to make sure that everyone could do the same and maybe have a common objective on that.
And that's a message that is heard by the other people in the community that get involved into the biodistrict.
In my opinion, farmers in biodistrict, they walk the talk and they show it. They walk the talk on their own farm, and then they show it to the fellows in the same territory that it's possible to make the things differently in farming and then in all the other sector of economy in that area. Yeah.
They show the example.
Yeah. They show the example, yes.
Does the biodistrict have an effect on the development of organic farming and farming without pesticides in general? Not only the certified organic, but also in general in the practice of everyone involved in farming on the territory?
One of the side effects of an organic district is that the community then exchanges a lot. And what we saw in some organic districts is that there is also this peer-to-peer exchange between farmers. Spanish in South America, they call it the campesino to campesino, how farmers can teach and share each other's techniques and knowledge to farm better what they are doing. And we are seeing that more and more conventional farmers get curious about that, because then they see results of the neighborhood, that are farming organic, then they are learning even how to farm organic better through this community exchange. And then they see, this guy are producing good food. They created a market for it. They are protecting the environment. They are protecting their own families and themselves. And then, you see more people interested in that. Maybe not all will go to organic, and It's not the purpose that everyone should go to organic from one day to another, but many of them maybe will start using some organic practices in their own farm because they will experience by seeing what the fellow farmers are doing in the area.
The future of biodistricts now, how do you see the future of biodistrict? And I'd like to separate this question in two questions. One being like your ideal future, what you wish what you want, what you would like to see happen. And then also after we will talk about what can happen in the current context. So ideally, what is the ideal future that you would like to see for biodistricts?
If you ask me a question about the future of biodistrict, then I have to say I will give you my personal view, because I think it's somehow I'm attached to the concept. So I would like to see this concept to be further developed, and to be measured much more, and to be also codified in a better way to allow more people to understand the potential of it. I think the experiences we have now that are 10, from 20 years old until now, they are a good substrate to start, doing some measurement. Something is already happening. We have many universities and scientists who are visiting biodistrict and taking some measurement and taking some, trying to codify some of the aspects. But I believe biodistricts are a very powerful tool. We can even develop, much more our rural areas with that. I see a strong link to the generational renewal. I think young people could really play a role in the future of biodistrict. They could bring in new ideas. They could, push from the bottom for the creation of new biodistrict in new areas, and even create, new communities around the idea of developing a biodistrict. We see there are more and more depopulized area. There are many rural areas who have been completely abandoned. I think there is a potential also for those areas to bring people there and maybe sit around the idea of developing biodistrict. I also see the need for a stronger political recognition of the model. So that's why we need measurement and we need coding it, because policymakers need to understand the value of it and making sure that more funds are available to support the creation and the management of biodistrict. I'm thinking, for example, about the cohesion funds. In this programming period, there might be the possibility still in the midterm review to foresee some specific action in support of the biodistrict. But the big challenge will be in the next programming period. The European Union is now discussing the budget for the year from 2027 and then the next 7 years. And there are a lot of discussion about how the money will be allocated in the different measures, what the money will be for, and I think biodistrict should get a role into those measures for cohesion and development of rural areas. So that's the future I see for biodistrict in Europe is really, with a strong political support that they can flourish, giving them the possibility to develop on their own way. It's important that we keep this bottom-up, tailor-made approach that has made biodistricts a success until now.
It doesn't work if it's not bottom-up and tailor-made.
If you try to impose a top-down approach, it will never work. One of the strengths of biodistrict is that it's bottom-up. It's people who decide to sit and discuss about it. It's not someone going there and obliging them. There were attempts to impose biodistrict and they never worked.
And what do you think can be achieved in the next years? What are your hopes and expectations when it comes to the current political context and situation? What can be done like here and now by the EU institution to further develop biodistricts?
If I have to think about my short-term expectation of biodistrict, for sure I expect much I'd say I would expect a quick development of biodistrict in northern and central Europe, where the concept landed only a few years ago. So I expect that many biodistricts will pop up in the coming years in those areas. And I also expect that more national governments will start paying attention to that. If I have to think about the example of Italy, I mean, 20 years ago, the first biodistrict, after 20 years, a special budget line for the development of biodistrict. I hope in the other European countries this will be much faster. So we will have more biodistrict in Central North Europe, starting soon, with a stronger and quicker political support for their creation, their management. We need to make sure that this is going to happen, also at national level. So we, as IFOAM Organics Europe, will work on the EU policy level, but then we have to make sure that the organic community at the different national and regional level feel empowered to talk with their governments to make sure that biodistrict is something that they will support. So really, my short expectation is that I will see much more biodistrict in Germany, in Denmark, in Poland, in Sweden, Finland, all the bloc Central, East, North Europe. As so far, the Mediterranean really played the pioneering role in development of biodistrict.
And precisely on that, on that conviction of government, whether at the national level or EU level, how would you describe the role of biodistrict in agri-food systems at the scale of the country or at the scale of the EU? What is it bringing for agri-food policies to develop biodistricts?
In my opinion, biodistricts are delivering on three main pillars. Okay, first of all, ecology, organic farms. So if we manage to have a strong biodistrict which attracts more farmers to go organic, then it means we are delivering more ecosystem services to the society. So we are protecting more water, more biodiversity, we are fighting better the climate change, and so on. But biodistricts are also delivering a lot on economies, because we enhance new virtuous circles in the territory. So what we do is that we consume more the products developed in the territory. We add more value to the agricultural product of an area in the area. So we have this important issue. So I expect higher net profit for the company in the biodistrict, who are part of the network, who can manage to add more value to their products. Think about a product of a farm which is produced in a given area, is transformed in a given area, is cooked in a given area, and is sold in a given restaurant in the given area. I mean, we keep all the value of the territory there. And then on the social aspect, on the social aspect is very important, because if we create new economies, then it means we create new jobs. Yeah, in average, an organic farm needs 1.5 more people than a conventional farm. So for each farm worker in a conventional farm, in organic farming we need one worker and half. And if we have the capacity to employ more people by keeping higher net margin, then it's very good. But it's also very good that we can pay them more. There is a very interesting study that was made in France, which not only assessed how many people we employ in organic farming, but also how much do we pay them. And in France, this spread is 60% between conventional farm workers and organic farm workers. And there is a very clear, easy reasons. Organic is a knowledge-intensive farm system. Once you train the people that work for you, you want to make sure that the people who work for you stays with you, and they keep learning together with you. And that's bringing, the farmers to be willing to pay more. And also it's bringing, from an ethical perspective, farmers to make sure that the people working with him in the farm have a fair living wage. So these are just few elements among others that makes, biodistrict a very powerful tool. Delivering on ecology, delivering on economy, delivering on social aspect.
I have 2 questions left, if it's good for you.
Yeah.
It's more on the practical aspect. So first one, practically, how do we create a biodistrict? Let's say I'm the mayor of a city in an area, and I'm telling you, Eduardo, I'd like to create a biodistrict in my place. This all sounds nice. I'd like one at my place. How do I do it?
So do you want to create a biodistrict?
Yeah.
Yeah. If we want to create a biodistrict, then it's always starting from people. So you really need, to make sure that some people has the willingness to do so, and has the idea to bring other people around the table. I have to say, now after 20 years from the first experience, there are many of our members who got specialized in supporting, communities who wants to create a biodistrict. But we need the spark. The spark is always about the people in the territory. It's always the people who learns that there is something like a biodistrict, and they are willing to start discussing about that. Then slowly by slowly, question by question, they will manage that. What is important, I think, is always to have a good neutral facilitator to help the different people discussing about the creation of biodistrict. Because, as I said, the strength and the weakness of a biodistrict is that it's made of people. We have to make sure that we know with a good facilitator, we build on the strength of of the people in the territory. We have to make sure that they focus really on the common goals and the common objectives instead of going into any kind of discussion they could have. So my advice would be to contact us always to see if we can support you with getting in contact with some of our members who are working on the topic, and making sure that you have someone to talk to about how you want to develop your biodistrict. And I would say it's also very important. I witnessed this with my own eyes, exchanges. I mean, I experienced with my own eyes people from different biodistricts visiting each other and learning from each other, and seeing seeing, let's say, people who wanted to promote the creation of biodistrict going to visit 1, 2, 3 different biodistricts in order to understand how to do so. And I'm also glad that recently I saw some governmental delegation visiting biodistricts in different places of Europe, because they wanted to see the different examples to understand how they can support in their territory the start of biodistrict.
Okay, so I'm talking with the people on the spot, trying to set up a team, hiring a facilitator, and visiting other experiences to see what can adapt to my place.
Yeah, for example, yes. And then get in contact with us and with our community.
And the last question is what would you say to someone who is skeptical? And maybe, I don't know, the sort of skepticism that you can find, which you probably find when you are trying to promote biodistricts. And what kind of skepticism do you meet, and how do you answer it?
Yeah, some people might be skeptical about the concept of biodistrict. I mean, I understand why. It's not an easy concept to implement. It's not an easy concept to assess. It's not an easy concept somehow to digest. I would suggest people who are skeptical about the biodistrict to visit maybe some of them and to really understand what the focus of the biodistrict is about, specifically of that specific biodistrict. You cannot expect to find answers to all the problems of an area in the biodistricts, but you will find the answer to the problem that the people of the district decided to focus on. So I think skepticism can come to biodistrict if you look at it as a panacea, as a fixing all the problem of our area. That's not the biodistrict, what the biodistrict is for. Biodistrict is really about focusing on specific objectives and trying to reach them. Then indeed, you have biodistrict which year after year, they have many objectives, and they have reached many of them, and then they moved towards new objective, and then they try to fix more issues that are affecting their own development. But you don't go into a biodistrict because you think the biodistrict will solve all the problem, but because you know that the biodistrict will focus on one problem per time, focusing on it and making sure that one will be addressed.
Okay, step by step.
Step by step.